Well, we're in the Crawford County Detention Center in Green, North Carolina, and I've got accountability for all, extra good citizen, and Carolina Auditor with me. We're trying to get answers.
Listen, folks, if that tune isn't on fire, I don't know what is. You got Turning Japanese meets all hell breaking loose. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks a lot for showing up, everybody. I appreciate you swinging back by to take in another audit. And I tell you what, folks, I was really torn on how I was going to present this audit. Should I split it up into one? Should I make two videos out of it? At any rate, we're going to cram it all in one, so there's a lot of information that I need to jam-pack in here. And I apologize for y'all having to wait for a couple of days, but I wanted to make sure that I laid all this out as accurately as possible, or at least from my perspective, the way I look at it, from an auditor's point of view. Oh, get lost, buddy. You're no damn auditor. You're just some guy that's got a channel on YouTube that's got some pretty darn good music, yeah? Well, you definitely hit the nail on the head when it comes to the music. But before I came to the Middle East to help kick rocks around here, I was actually a quality engineer for a rather reputable aircraft company based out of Savannah, Georgia. And I did process and product audits there every single day of the week. God, what a miserable job that was. And I'm definitely not trying to toot my own horn, but I'd be willing to bet that in the realm of the First Amendment auditors, I'm probably the only one that has audit experience. Now, the sole purpose of an auditor is to perform an independent inspection, compile findings and observations, and supply those to the end user. And you, my friends, are some of the greatest end users I could ever think of. I'm almost at 1,000 views, for crying out loud. That just blows my freaking mind. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Now, before we head on out to the audit, I'd like to take this time to thank the men and women that do medivac. I was in Afghanistan in 2010 and 2011 and volunteered at the hospitals on my day off. I got the distinct privilege of visiting wounded warriors before they were shipped to Germany or back to the States. It was definitely an experience that I'll always cherish, that's for sure. My hat goes off to you folks that can do that gig. It's definitely an admirable profession, to say the least. Let's go do an audit, people.
All right. Well, we're in the Crawford County Detention Center in Green, North Carolina, and I've got accountability for all, extra good citizen, and Carolina Auditor with me. We're trying to get answers. Excuse me. Magistrate's office has refused service. All right, I'll be back.
Can't the First Amendment world rid themselves of this guy's face, for crying out loud? This audit was done at the Guilford County Correctional Facility in Greensboro, North Carolina. And apparently these dodos had a convention. I don't know, but there's 9 of these goons running around this building right now. And I don't know if you took in the handoff, but of course Josh has the camera right now, and our beloved auditor is off doing this. And of course Josh's lips are moving, but there is no sound until... Can anybody explain? I'm at a frickin' loss, people. I'd like to introduce you folks to a fella by the name of Mike Nelson. He's got himself a YouTube channel by the name of Blind Justice. He likes taking long walks on the beach with his wife and kids. He's a Scorpio and loves cats. And also apparently doesn't wash his hands after he gets done using the goddamn bathroom.
Yo.
Back facing you. Audio's back. We had audio issues for
Oh,
a
okay.
second, but it seems to be back now.
I didn't turn this. This audio is going with me in the toilet.
What a goddamn idiot. Well, the rest of this audit is pretty much these idiots, 9 of these idiots, walking around this building. Then they end up going outside, and we're going to cut to outside.
But, what's that? Oh, okay, thanks. I just following this crack, man. I'm on that crack, you know.
Follow the crack.
This crack right here.
Now, Mike Nelson is on a live feed right here, and I want you to pay particular attention to what he says here.
We got 188 people. You want to say hi?
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Accountability for all.
Share, like, subscribe. He's in there.
We don't need no cash.
No, it's blind. Ha.
The dude grabbed me. The dude guy grabbed my cane. Like those two in itself are ADA violations. And I'm just like, dude, what are you doing?
Now, one of Mike's typical audits, he'll show up at a building and he'll case the place looking for American Disability Act violations. He'll go inside the building and file a complaint about these particular hazards in the parking lot or whatever he comes up with to point out to this particular government agency that he's auditing.
Your left.
No, where are you saying that thing is?
To your right. So it's right up here on the right. It's like super high.
Oh, hell yeah, that hurt. That's cement.
Is this another ADA violation?
Big time. Big time. Yeah.
In size and in...
So they need to fix that. They just need to put something below it so that you don't get clothesline. You don't get smashed into the...
Your arm, like your elbows.
Yeah, it's Guilford County law enforcement.
The law enforcement center here has this massive obstacle that...
Sure is.
Now, I did a little bit of a fast forward again, but I want you to pay particular attention once again to what this guy says.
210 people in the chat. What's up? We got a few people with us. Accountability for all. No name audits. Carolina auditor. Deputy audits. Extra good citizen. FDSS.
And that there pretty much concluded his audit. Now, the thing that I'm really having issues with, and you'll have to pardon me, I'm not disabled. I don't have any friends. I don't have any family that's sight impaired, so I don't know. But how in the hell is this guy reading how many viewers he has on his cell phone on his live feed? The reason that my audit took so long to get to you folks is I sat and I've watched hours of this guy, and I can't figure out if this is a fraud or not. I'm leaning towards fraud. Here's a few reasons why. In the very first video that he put out, his introduction video, he makes no mention of his military service. He goes on and on about parties A and parties B, the scales of justice, and that dude completely lost me on that introduction. And in the description below, if you look down, I'll leave links. I was gonna download the videos, but it takes so damn long to download stuff from here, and I don't have the time to do that. But anyway, I'll leave links to the particular videos that I'm referring to. Now, coming back to his military service, I came across a written article that stated that he had served 11 years in the military. This particular article also stated this is where he lost his sight due to a traumatic brain injury. But I just found it really odd that he wouldn't include that in his introduction, for crying out loud. Him and his wife, who's supposedly disabled also, do a live feed in their car called Warrior Soldier. Now, in that particular video, he can read plain as day. He's reading the names, he's reading the posts from the people that are on his live feed. Now, one would think, based on the title of the video, that it would be something about being in the military, but it's actually until the very end, where he reads a question and he states Army. And within seconds after that, he says, "We're done with the live feed. Thanks for tuning in. Bye." Now we're going to move on to his claim of having a visual impairment. I've added a link to where he's going into the office of a particular government building, and on his way in he runs into a stop sign. Now this particular waist level stop sign that he ran into, well, the sign itself was on the back side of where he was at, so he looks on the back side and he states that he could only see a red blur, so he had assumed, I guess, that it was a stop sign, of course. There's another video that I came across where he's walking up to a building and he's at least 25 yards away from the building itself, but could clearly make out that this was a building that he was headed for. Now in that same particular video, he walks up to a car and almost gets his foot ran over because he couldn't see the car. There's also a video of him and his wife sitting in a private parking lot. It was actually in a church. Well, anyway, they were both in the vehicle playing Pokemon, some kind of Pokemon game on their phones. So a cop rolls up on this private property and demands to see identification from the wife. Now the cop tells him to open the window, all this, I'm gonna break the window, she's getting upset, everything's going to hell in a handbasket. He won't give up his ID, of course, because he doesn't have one, he doesn't drive. So a couple of other cops show up. They get Nelson pulled out of the passenger seat and he's on the ground, and one of the cops is putting him in handcuffs. And of course the camera got knocked out of his hands, so this is all off film. But Mike's on the ground getting cuffed up by one cop. The other cop starts to go through the vehicle on the passenger side. That particular cop that's going through the car didn't say word one. Next you hear Mike state, I didn't give you permission to search through my car. Then you hear the cop state, I thought you were visually impaired. I also came across an audit where he was asked by a security guard to stop recording. He told the security guard that he didn't even know if he was recorded because he couldn't see the record button on the phone. The guy's been denied access to numerous buildings because he's been told he can't take his recording devices in with him. But of course he states that he has to have them for his impairment. Well, how the hell's a guy supposed to get to the next level in Pokemon if he doesn't have his recording devices with him in the building? Something for you to think about, people. Look, I find it very difficult to call into question somebody's military service. And calling out somebody's disability? Well, that's a hell of a hard pill for me to swallow, baby. But goddamn. No, I mean, goddamn. Really? Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to close this audit down just like this, baby doll. I've presented you my observations. I've presented you my findings. You, as the end user, has to make your own decision based on the evidence provided. And that, my friends, is textbook auditing 101, class dismissed. Here's your quick update on life on the base. So far, I only know of one person that's come down a little sickly. Did a little self-quarantining. Don't worry about that person, though. He's getting 3 squares delivered to his room. And supposedly he's feeling better, so we'll pray for him. They sent out a memo base-wide for everybody to wear some type of face covering while they're in the chow hall or any other public places for that matter. Well, here's a little news flash for you folks that work at the chow hall. You gotta wear the damn things too. I don't know what that's all about, but if I gotta wear it, you gotta wear it, you know? I go in with a bandana. I look like one of the banditos. Go in there looking like I'm riding high. I got my 6-shooter on my side. I'm ready to go. Grab some milk, head back to the room, get some Oreo cookies. Oh, that's awesome. We'll kick up something else for you folks and get it out to you as soon as possible. Like I said, I apologize for taking so damn long to get this one out, but I wanted to do some research on this one. Now make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out the door. I'd greatly appreciate that, of course. Hit the like button, hit the notification, hell, hit it all. I don't care. We're gone. Boo Boo, run outside. This is headed to you. It's the moon. It's so bright. Look, it's like a big old fireball, isn't it? Now, a long, long time ago, like ancient times, there were some astronauts that flew their spaceship up there. They put an American flag up there. Can you believe that? Now, if you do really good at school, and I mean really good at school, okay, you could fly up there in your spaceship someday. Go get that flag, put it in your room. Wouldn't that be cool, huh?